I don't know what happened. I might have reminded myself that I was going live so I didn't miss you guys. I really have made some disasters happen within my own little amazing moment. I came home to find my plant defoliated itself. This beautiful, beautiful beast was full of my own beautiful masterpieces. See this? I want to create something out of these. See the beautiful colors and the beautiful texture of it all? Yo, the beautiful colors and textures I happen to love. So they fell off. And I showed up at my house and I said, oh no, thinking, damn girl, what you do? And I didn't do anything really because I was supposed to uppot it and I didn't. Hi, thanks for coming back. Thanks for coming in. Beautiful disasters we were walking into. I had lost the leaves of my beautiful plant. But as I can see, there is hope. I see a baby leaf coming out. Right in the middle. Stuck in the middle with you, yeah. So, this is throwing off some epic beauties. Beautiful little spider plant babies. And I made myself yesterday, hi, thanks for coming in, a mint tea from my own grown mint. Hello, yo. So, the one that broke off and got away from me is still growing. It is a beautiful sight. It is moments of disaster when your plant falls apart on itself and you don't really know what to do to fix it, only love it and give it some life. Give it some water and hope. So, I recently had all of my starter of sourdough dehydrated. Yeah, I know it looks a little bit rusty. This is my mother's sourdough dehydrated. This was the last of it because I had put it into the fridge, and after I brought it back to life, put it into the fridge. It is a little grainy looking because I had not took the time to break down my bulgur wheat, which is this stuff. This stuff is pretty amazing. It grows, and there's a process to it. And as it grew, these fine little pearls became sustenance. Sustenance. And I broke it down and would never buy a bag of this because it's like $7. But when it's on sale for $2.49 or $2.94, I bought a bag. I think I paid $1.50 for it. With the bag and a blender for coffee grounds, you turn it into this. This is some fine ass flour, yo. Did you ever hear of potato bread? Yes. Dough is soaked in potato. Nope, never heard tell of that. That is not the potato bread I know or recognize in any shape or form. So I took a spoonful out of what was in my fridge. and I fed it. And I fed it some more. And I fed it more. And by the time I fed it a third time, I was ready to bake. And I baked, what did I bake? That's going off. A big loaf of bread and a small loaf of chocolate bread. And I made donuts. With what was left of my sourdough, I placed it into parchment and a cup. And this is beautiful. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. This is what I call sourdough dehydrated. Oh, ooh, look at that. Look at the colors. That is stunning. That is life. This is like an endless supply of bread for yourself if you're willing to work at it. So what you do is you take half of this. Most people in the kitchen like to use a scale. So you take 50 grams of this and 50 grams of water and 50 grams of flour. Your choice of flour. I prefer unbleached or whole wheat even, or bust yourself up some beautiful red barley nuts. Yeah, do it. Try it. You can use wheat berries from Gay's Seed if you like, because I've done that as well. Only the wheat berries turn into more of a whole wheat. Do I have any here? Let's see. That's flax. Nope, I do not. Organic rubies. No, I don't have any wheat berries left. What did I do with all my wheat berries? I do not know what I did with all my wheat berries. But I must have used them to get the starter going. I have dehydrated a smorgasbord of starter for a friend of mine's mom, because she's looking to get into the sourdough. And this was hers. So I also went to Food on the Move yesterday and got beautiful fresh produce. I haven't had limes in forever. And I got 2 nice looking apples. And where my starter is ready and it's working itself into a beautiful little bubbly frenzy, I decided to give it a look at this. It's after doubling since I put it in here. So by the time I get home, that's going to be ready to assimilate. And I call it assimilate. I mean, like, you add some warm water to a bowl and you pour that in, and then you add your salt and your flour and you mixy. I am going to make apple fritters out of my mixy. Yes, beautiful, delightful apple fritters that I cannot wait to play with and eat in deliciousness. Also, a beautiful disaster is the state of my table again. Because the state of my table means I'm working on things. Means that every time I open a container of new to me paint, I find a reasonable time of 5 minutes to clean it up and make sure it's all cleaned. Because when you open your paint, you shouldn't have to chew it open. So you're gonna have to turn your knob. That sounds bad. So as easy as this is, see? You should be able to do it with one hand. Turning the knob. Because I've cleaned this one. And each one needs its own special attention and love. And I think we can all do that. I think that with a knife and the proper amount of isopropyl Oh, some no solution with alcohol. This stuff soak my buckets. Soak my buckets. There should be knobs in there. And all of my thing over a process of a few days is going to get an incredible amount of paint from those buckets. So I have a palette and I have a mission to paint something spectacular. Spectacular. And I like this. This is cute. This is kind of cute. I need to put a blue background in because the sky is not yellow. And if it is, we all in trouble. Okay. So my sky here, wherever I am, is not yellow. Kind of like a gray foggy day, but it's not. So the yellow needs to be blue, in my opinion. So I thought the three little birds were done. I don't think they are now. Now that I'm thinking about it, now that I'm looking at it, yes, the yellow pops. But in what world do you live in? There's a yellow sky. No one. None. There is no world that you live in with a yellow sky. But thankfully I have blue. And many moments to tend it. I hope you find it in your days to make sense of the disasters in your life. Hello, sir. Today is the very last day you can choose to bid at the local auction at my gallery here. We have an epic exhibit called Everybody Eats. And today is the last day. Woohoo! So we're going to go down and we're going to have a good time. And we're going to watch the bids unfold. I'm looking forward to the moments. I hope you are too. Thanks for coming in. You knows you turn any disaster into a beautiful masterpiece with a little bit of paint, a little bit of effort, and a little bit of time. I don't know why everything's going funny. Everything's going funny. So, find yourself in a position of gratitude. Because I walked in and thought the world was ending. My beautiful flower had turned to beautiful flowers, her beautiful leaves. But I am going to make a masterpiece out of this. And I still have leaves growing out of my big old flower. That flower is almost 2.5 years old. I am very grateful that I can love it enough and give it enough nourishment and time to make it grow again. So, I have to show you the moments in my day because not all of them, hey now, not all of them are disasters like we think. We can choose to turn them around. We can give ourselves the minute to just breathe and focus on what's right. And in all my days, I know that art and being an artist is a form of passion and therapy. And when you can combine the two of those things, there's really nothing to stop you. So, it don't have to be perfect. It don't have to be an epic piece. It can just be peace. And it'll draw you in. It'll make you It'll make you love it enough to put it on your wall. I like that. That's pretty. If you looked at it right. I like that. So, take a different view if you don't see it from the right perspective. Give yourself time to love the moment and all its disasters. And I'll hope to see you there. Thanks for being here. I'll be singing later on. I don't know when. Soon. Because it's starting to wear on me. Love you guys.